Hey everyone, my name is Myron and I'm a wedding filmmaker from Michigan, but I also freelance for a production company and I also create content for Anytime Fitness. But a huge part of my business still is weddings. And today I'm gonna show you how to color grade a wedding, or at least my point of view of how to color grade a wedding. Because to be honest, color grading weddings come down to our own personal taste and there is no one right way to do it. And if you like what you see in today's video, I have a full color grading crash course for beginners. It's only 3 hours long, include practice footage, and you could take what you learned from this video in the crash course and actually apply it to your weddings today. Right now, the crash course is $137, but if you use the code WEDDINGS2025, you'll receive 30% off. Now, before we dive into Resolve, there's two things that you really need to know. First thing is to nail your exposure, and the second and even most important thing is to nail your white balance. Now let's dive in. So this will be our hero shot. We'll be starting with the bride shot because I feel it's important to keep her dress white, or as white as can be. So for our color space settings, our color management, DaVinci wide gamut, DaVinci intermediate, and our output color space is going to Rec 709 gamma 2.4. Now I'm using a CST sandwich for my node tree, and my first IDT is Canon Cinema Gamut, Canon Law 3, output color space DaVinci wide gamut, output gamma DaVinci intermediate, and my ODT would be those same settings to Rec 709 gamma 2.4 with gamut mapping method, saturation compression. Now the first thing we need to do is look at our image. I like how it looked, but it do feel like it does need a little bit of white balance. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and actually like set up our contrast. So I'm about to just set a point here, set a point there, set a point there. And then what I'm about to do is just bring our end point up, because what I'm trying to do now is create like a slight contrast, or like a very gentle contrast, like a film curve. So I'm gonna make a point right here and I'm just gonna bring that down. And I'm gonna do the same right here. Then I'm gonna go to my points up here, which are my highlights. And I'm just gonna bring that up just a bit. And I'm gonna create another point to help round that off. Oops. Then I'm gonna grab my midpoint, because this is for our midtones, and I'm gonna just play with this to see where I like it. And I do like that right there, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring our blacks and our shadows down a little bit more. Because like I said, right now I'm trying to build contrast. And I'm gonna just bring that out just a bit to about right there. And I'm just gonna play so I can see how it looks. I think I'm gonna actually bring my midtones down just a bit to about right there. Yep, so I like that a lot better. Now the next thing I'm about to do is actually go into my HDR wheels, because these are like, the image is still a little bright. So I'm gonna go into my highlights and I'm just gonna bring it down just a bit. Maybe to about right there. And if I do before and after, that's before, that's after, before, after, I'm okay with that. Now I'm about to go to our saturation node, which I am using the HSV method. I'm gonna go to our primary wheels, and I'm gonna go to my gain wheel, because this is where I like to actually like control my saturation. So I'm about to bring that up just a bit to maybe about right there. But then I'm gonna go to our gamma wheel and maybe bring it back just a bit, not too much. And I like that. Let me see. So I'm just gonna keep it right there for now. Yep, so I'm just keep it right there for now because I'm gonna fix it anyway. So I'm gonna go to my white balance, and actually now that I have contrast and saturation added, I do like how it looks, but I'm still gonna cool it down just a bit. So I'm gonna go to our white balance node, which if I right click, our gamma is actually linear. So I'm coming here to our gain wheel. I'm just gonna grab our point and I'm just gonna cool it down just a bit to maybe about right there. If I go a little bit more, let me see how it looks. Okay, I like that. Just a slight adjustment, nothing crazy. So if I do before, after, that looks good. Now if I go into our look node, I'm gonna go to our lift wheel first. I'm gonna grab that point and I'm just gonna bring that down to the shadows. I'm gonna bring that down to the blue. That's what I meant. So I'm gonna grab our gamma point, which is our midtones, and I'm just gonna bring that up just a bit. I'm gonna grab our gain wheel, which is our highlights. So I'm just gonna bring that down to maybe about right there. I'm gonna grab our gamma point again. I'm just gonna bring that up to maybe about right there. And I'm gonna grab our lift wheel. Maybe to about right there. Now all I'm doing is just like a little dance, really trying to figure out where do I like my points. And if I like the color I'm producing, grab my gain wheel again, just bring that down to maybe about right there. Now if I do before and after, before, after, before, after. I like how they look. Her skin tone look a little bit more in place. And if I actually bring up my scopes, let me see. So that was before and that was after. Her skin tone's leaning a little bit more magenta. So it's that whole image. But now it's kind of like falling into place. So now what I'm about to do is go into my log wheel. And I'm about to go into our shadow point. And I'm about to actually clean up our shadows. I'm going to do that by taking it from green to the magenta point to about right there. You don't have to do that a lot. A little goes a long way. Now I'm going to go to our HSL curves. And now I'm going to go in our hue versus hue. And I'm going to grab my yellow point first because I want to see what it does to our skin tones. So I like that, but then I'm about to grab our red point, just bring it down just a bit. So about right there. So I do like that a lot more. Now I'm about to mess with the rest of our points and colors so I can see like what else am I affecting. So like this right here is our green point. And it's affecting a lot of the image because it does have a green cast to it right now. I like to create color contrast, so I'm happy with this set, but I am going to bring it down just a little bit more to maybe about right there. Then I'm gonna grab our cyan point and maybe bring it to about right there. Then I'm gonna grab our blue point. It's not really affecting much. Then I'm gonna grab our magenta point and just bring it up just a little bit. Then I'm gonna go in our hue versus saturation. I'm just gonna bring our yellow down just a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And I'm gonna do the same with our red point. Just so our skin tones don't look too saturated. And if I highlight these two, that is before, after, before, after, before, after. We've done a lot with just a few nodes. Then of course, if you want to add a power window, you can. Just to make her stand out a little bit more. maybe about right there. And actually the light is actually coming from this point, so you want to do something like that. Then you could just bring that down. Actually, you know what? I forgot to invert it. Actually, no, I didn't. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and bring that point down to about right there, maybe. And it does help her stand out a little bit more. And pretty much, guys, that's our image. Just pretty simple. So if I so now disable my whole node tree because I want to repeat my steps. So the first thing we did was actually convert our image into Rec 709. And then I built the contrast, and then I added saturation, and then I adjusted my white balance, and then I went into our look node to create my look. And then I went to our HSL cell just to swing the colors just a little bit more. And then I added a power window to just separate her a little bit more and make her stand out just a little bit more. And the rest of these I didn't do anything with, but I'm deselect them anyway. So I'm not going to add sharpening because this is a pretty sharp image already, but I will add grain, and I'll just do it this way. I'm just going to go down to the 35 millimeter 400T, and I'm going to go right here to grain strength, and I'm just going to bring it up just a little bit to maybe about right there. And actually, before I do that, let me deselect this, because now I want to go in here. I'm going to create another node for this. I'm going to go into my power wheels. I'm going to go to my detail. As soon as I find it. Mid details. I'm just going to bring that back just a little bit. Because it's a little too sharp, and I don't like that. So if I do before, after, before, after. And it's still pretty sharp, but I'm okay with that right now. So I'm okay with that look a lot better, because before it was too sharp even with the grain. But I'm okay with that right there. So that's pretty much our image. You know, if you want to desaturate her face or her skin tones a little bit more, you can. But honestly, I like that look right there. That'll be good enough for me. Now, if I bring up our clips, we got like 4 more clips. If I highlight them all, sorry. So if I highlight them all, and I go right over here to, sorry. If I go right here to apply grade, this is how the rest of our images will look. This is pretty much almost shot in the same scene, so it's going to look the same. But that looks good. I'm not going to do anything with that. And this right here looks really good. I wouldn't do anything with that as well. Maybe, you know what? No, I wouldn't do anything with this. Kind of like how that look. It does look a little bit warmer. Like it's almost like sunrise or sunset. But I like how that look a lot better. But maybe I would. Maybe I'll take some of this yellow out. Let me go to our white balance. Go back to our power wheels. Our primary wheels. And I'm just going to just bring this over just a bit more. So maybe about right there. Not a lot. So if I do before, after, before, after. I think that's pretty good. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about it, leave them down in the comments below. And don't forget, if you sign up for my Novice Color Grade Crash Course today, you will receive 30% off using the code WEDDINGS2025. And before you go, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.